So everybody for yours came from the second one.
Except for one guy.
Yeah.
One guy, the Rubik's Cube guy. He was night one.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a tough call, but he was just...
Now, when people watch you, they're doing, and you do a great job of talking about the two different kinds of people that come to the shows. Everybody, people who love magic, people who you say get brought by the person who loves the magic, everybody's just constantly, relentlessly trying to figure out how you did what you did and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do people question whether the people are plants?
Yeah. You mean in the special or just in every show?
Just in general shows. Like,
yeah.
Because I've had that even with crowd work, and they're like, oh, that guy it goes so well that they're like, oh, he knew that guy worked in a bookshop.
Yeah. It's
right?
the people who just think everyone's in on it but them.
Right.
They're like, they think this is the Truman Show.
That's a good way to put it.
You're all following the script for my enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to go to great lengths to disprove. I feel like that's a weird place to put my energy, but I put a little disclaimer at the beginning that all the people are real and chosen at random. I'm tossing frisbees. People think I'm some ultimate disc frisbee player who I can hit the person I want,
Yeah.
But hopefully, that's the least important thing by the end, that they're kind of...
Yeah. What's the other thing that people always try and, like when they're trying to solve it, what's like the repeating... do people say that you use tech or?
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't wear like an Apple Watch on stage. I try not to have, I try to be very low tech in appearance.
Yeah, that one time you pull out the ear things that you your mic.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just to prove to people.
Yeah. Like that printer trick where I ask,
that's so great.
I'm trying to get somebody to guess how they think I did it, and I'll have, I want them to say it's a printer in the box. That is the correct wrong answer. But I'll have, when I was doing shows in LA at the Magic Castle to prep for the special, people would be like, how do you do it? Producers. I think you have producers. I'm like, what even does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
You produce this audience.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Are your hands stronger than most people's hands?
Oh, I mean, they're pretty strong. They're nimble.
Yeah.
They're well worn.
Mm-hmm. When did you start doing it? When you were a kid?
When I was a kid.
How old?
12.
12.
Yeah.
What was the first trick you nailed?
Well, and it was all because of my hands. When I was 12, one day after school, put on my rollerblades, go to my buddy's house, and I get there, and all my friends are there, but they're on bikes. No one's on rollerblades. I thought it was a rollerblade hangout, you know. So they're like, "We're gonna bike up." They're biking somewhere. I can't keep up with them on rollerblades, so I hop on a bike with my rollerblades on, and we're heading to the grocery store, wherever we would go, whatever, get candy and I fell off. I was going down a hill. I fell off, broke both of my arms at the same time. Yeah, was in casts for 6 months, and my doctor, when I got the cast off, recommended I learn magic as physical therapy. So he prescribed me card tricks. Basically, he gave me a little card trick book, and so that became my thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
How were you trying to ride the bike?
I had standard bike riding
with your rollerblades
with
on?
rollerblades on the little pedals. But they're wheels. They're going every which way. You know when you're pedaling too hard and your feet slip off and you rack yourself? Yeah. Is that what we used to say?
Yeah.
Oh, I racked my balls. Whatever.
Right.
So that happened and I broke my arms.
Ah.
Yeah. Double whammy.
That's brutal. How old? 12?
12.
Jeez. Where were you? Where'd you live?
St. Louis, Missouri.
In St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
You a Cardinals fan?
I'm a Cardinals fan. Circa mid-90s. That's in my world, in my mind, like it's still Willie McGee and Ozzie Smith out there, Yeah.
Do you still watch now?
No.
No. Interesting.
How's Mark McGwire doing?
He's doing great.
Is he slugging it?
He's going against the Sosa guy.
Is he still huge? Yeah, that's my golden era. And then I went to college in Boston and I fell out of sports.
So 12 years old, you start with it. That's so great.
Yeah.
I remember getting like a book of card tricks around that age. And it's so empowering. Like it is the coolest thing when you can put it together.
Because you can do something that amazes your parents.
Yeah.
Legitimately. I mean, it's a lot of pressure on your parents because also, you do a lot that does not impress your parents.
Right.
And they're confused. They don't know whether they should act like they were amazed or they should tell you they weren't amazed so you know to keep working at it.
Yeah.
But whatever the case, it worked.
I also got a plastic top hat that had like buttons in it and stuff.
Really?
There was like it was literally like plastic, and it would have like the handkerchiefs and stuff. Everything was stuffed into this hat. It was like a Swiss Army knife of magic for this hat.
Go gadget hat.
Yeah, and you had a wand and did all the tricks.
Is there footage of this?
No, there's no footage of any of my childhood.
Jeez.
It's nothing.
None?
Nah, but hardly. It's like 3 photographs.
Your parents weren't early adopters of the video camera?
No.
The Betamax?
No.
No?
Yeah, there's nothing, thankfully. So did you like, I fell out. I got one down and was like, all right, I'm done.
Did you have comedy aspirations yet at that point?
Yeah, 12. Yeah. It was right around then.
Because it's like I loved comedy first, Johnny Carson. I would stay up late, watch Johnny Carson just to watch my parents laugh and try to figure out what that joke was.
Yeah.
And Steve Martin, and then magic. But when you're 12, like you kind of, I didn't know how to craft a joke. You're just kind of, you don't have the life experience to do it. But magic is this thing where you're like, oh, I've got a beat sheet to follow,
Yeah.
and a lot of the tricks come with the jokes,
Right.
that are also not age appropriate, or you don't get them, but you're kind of like, all right, I'm Steve Martin now, yeah.
How quickly did you put together an act? Did you have a little act?
Yeah, I think by 13, I had at least 2 doves and a parakeet devoted to the show. That's some serious commitment.
Your parents let you have the birds.
Yeah. My dad, my mom loved just the performance aspect of it. My dad loved the entrepreneurial aspect. I think when he learned that I could, make money doing kids' birthday parties and stuff, he really liked encouraging the business acumen of it. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, 13 you got the birds?
Yeah,
13. So a year after your first card trick.
After the first card trick, yeah. And then by 14, I was like competing in magic contests.
Man,
with the birds.
Took over your life.
It took over my life.
Amazing.
So ever since then.
That's amazing.
It's the only obsession I've had.
And did you heal faster because of it?
I don't know. I think it was grounds for malpractice for this guy to recommend card tricks. I do not think it aided in my recovery at all.
Yeah.
But I think it helped at least my parents think like, okay, this is what the doctor said. Like, let's buy him some magic kits.
And you got the word out and did a couple kids' birthday parties at first?
I made flyers, and this was like before any graphic design software. So this was maybe it was simple Microsoft Word. I'd print out the words that I wanted to be on there. I'd hand cut them, hand cut a picture of myself, stick it all in place on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and then go to Kinko's and then copy that.
Right.
With the little pull tabs at the bottom, the tear-offs at the grocery store.
Nice.
Had business cards.
Wow.
With some clip art on it. Yeah.
And how busy were you right off the bat?
My mom gave me a stage name at age 14, Just Incredible. So I had that.
That's great.
Because I knew people mispronounce Willman because I got called Justin Williams every day of my life.
Right.
People just see Will and then they stop reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Incredible was real
Just Incredible.
catchy with a K. Just Incredible with a K.
That's great.
Throw a curveball there. And my parents would drive me around from birthday party gig to birthday party gig. They'd wait out front.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how much time would you do at these parties?
I would do like 40. I would do about a 30-minute show, and then I would make balloon animals for everybody. I learned how to do that as well. And that, ironically, was way better for dexterity building than card tricks was. Yeah. And it's a good time filler.
Yeah.
If you're ever short on material, bust out a bag of balloons.
I'm sure you read Steve Martin's book.
I did.
There's so many similarities in that path.
Yeah.
Right? Even the balloon animals have been kind of into my mind. But
the juggling.
Yeah, and the starting young and like really being serious about it. It was like a serious...
It's a whole subculture.
Yeah.
Like growing up in St. Louis especially, there's... 4 different magic organizations in this random Midwest town that it has all this
Really?
magic history. Yeah. So I would go to Society of Young Magicians meetings that'd be like in a church basement on Thursday nights.
Wow.
International Brotherhood of Magicians, it'd be like in the Denny's back room, like the partitioned area for private parties. And,
Really?
And it was just me and like 80-year-old men, back when you could smoke inside. My parents would drop me off, pick me up 2 hours later, and
Amazing.
what'd you learn?
That's so cool.
Could have turned out bad.
Yeah.
Could've.
Did Justin Credible have an outfit?
He was flamboyant. He was not this. I think I watched when I was in high school the Kings of Comedy special.
Big suits.
And Bernie Mac's outfits, like the big pants, the zoot suit look.
Yeah.
So, and in St. Louis, it's Red Fox town. It's a real comedy town. There are those suit shops. So I would go there, and again, I'm just the only 14-year-old white kid.
Walking
in U City in the suit shop, and I would like bright red pants and the like plaid white and red jacket. I remember.
Nice.
Yeah, which I found years later, and it still doesn't fit me. It's still too big. I would dress so large to hide the birds.
Oh, yeah,
I had
the
14 birds by age 15.
14 birds.
Let's say 15 birds. I had 15 by 15.
So how many come out in all 15 are in the rotation, or they're
There are a couple
the
backups. Yeah, it was. I thought at that time more is better.
Yeah.
The more life you can create.
Yeah.
In your set. So I would pack as many birds as I could wherever they go.
Wow.
Yeah. No
Did I
more,
ever tell
no
you
more
this
birds.
comedy magic story with the birds? I must have told you. I don't. Maybe.
We should tell them. We should tell us.
Comedy Magic Club.
Great club.
Great club, and they have a magician on every show, the comedians and the magic. And I went up, a magician was up and was doing something with the birds, and it didn't go the way it was supposed to go. And he was upset. And he was done with his set, and he goes behind the curtain, and then they introduce me, and I come on the other side of the curtain. And when I'm in the front starting my act, the magician is in the back putting together all of his wares and going home. And he's pissed. And I hear, and it was a bird-related trick, and I just hear banging. And effing bird. He was angrily, I cannot say for a fact he was abusing the bird, but it didn't sound pretty. It sounded like he was taking it out on the bird that didn't come out, or
wow.
Yeah. And I'm trying to do my act, and I just hear like, whoo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I really felt
That's
bad.
what it sounds like when doves cry.
Why are birds? Is it because they're squishy?
Why birds is a good
Why
question.
birds? Because they're magical. They sparkle when they come out.
Let's see. They are beautiful creatures.
Yeah.
They can fly. We wish we could.
Yeah.
They can do that. But I think they when they are calm and they can go into compact places and be comfortable there for a short length of time.
Right.
Yeah, when they appear, they flap their wings. They look like, where could that have fit?
Right.
As long as you keep them flapping.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
expanded 5 times. And still at the Magic Castle, when there's a bird act, we call them bird acts, the sound the audience makes is a different sound. Just because it's like they're just getting just visually assaulted with impossible wonder, when it's just a bird, and then they're splitting into 2 birds. Like it's a crazy sound. It's alluring.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.